Talk Bomb.
Book Club Shmook Club is brought to you by TalkBomb.com. It's a book review show where @Kristen and her brother @WillRogers2000 talk about books and whatever else they want. Subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you typically get your podcasts. Hello, welcome to Book Club Shmook Club. I'm Kristen.
I'm William.
And we are here on an off-week extracurricular episode for that ass.
That's right. No books to be found here. Get those books out of here.
We're not reading.
Nope. But we will be prepared for next week when we're going to be reviewing the Twin Peaks book.
Oh, hell yeah.
What's it called? Like Twin Peaks?
The Secret History of Twin Peaks.
The Secret History of Twin Peaks. I'm so excited for it.
Yep.
I am like studying my ass off for it. It is a complicated book.
I know.
I don't even know how we're going to talk about it. It is incredibly complicated.
I know. I was thinking, I'm listening to the audiobook of it. William is as well, but we do have the actual book too, so we're both going to be looking at that.
Yes.
But I was thinking to myself, maybe I should have been taking some notes.
I think I might finish the audiobook. I only started the audiobook because we were driving around so much this weekend. But I have the book. I want to look through it. I might actually read it in addition to listening to it.
So huge. I think it's
probably
probably skimming it.
Yeah, but I think that it probably works
I want
better
to do that too.
As a book, not an audiobook.
Totally, because there are a lot of like notes kind of things.
Exactly.
That happen. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm very excited about that. So that's in 1 week. So if you're reading, get reading.
Yeah, totally. Get cracking. It's quite a tome.
Yeah. And just to start off the show real quick, a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
One, thank you guys so much for your response to last week's episode.
I know. That was really, really nice, guys. Thank you so much.
It was terrific.
It was legit heartwarming.
Yeah, it was. It absolutely was. A lot of you guys posted in the Book Club Shmook Club Facebook group saying that you thought the show was great.
Yeah.
Saying that you were right there with us when we got emotional. And so it was really good to read that. I didn't necessarily have that many questions about how we came across necessarily, but as I said, I would not last week. I did not listen to the show myself.
No.
So I'm glad that you guys were able to assuage any fears I had.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Also, real quick, if you will permit me, this past Sunday, I started a new show that currently is just me.
Yep.
Although that might even change this Sunday.
Interesting.
Called The Haunted Hunt.
It's awesome. It was William, you did such a good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It was so entertaining and engaging and like so obviously well thought out. It was really, really good.
I'm very glad to hear that because I was panicking most of the time.
I'm sure.
I was besieged by tech issues just prior to starting the stream.
Oh.
My goal was to be online 5 minutes early. I ended up being 5 minutes late. So I spent 10 minutes panicking and trying to figure out why I couldn't connect to Facebook.
I genuinely thought it was a tactic to let people like kind of filter in.
Nope. There was a very sweaty man in this room freaking out and trying to type out like 50 character strings of nonsense passwords and stuff because it's very complicated getting a stream up and running to Facebook.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's not supposed to be, but it was that day.
Yeah.
So the Haunted Hunt.
You pulled it off. I had no idea.
Good. That was
I seriously had no idea. That's
what
great.
I was hoping for, but I was prepared for the show, but once that happened, I was flying by the seat of my pants.
Totally. I get it.
I was in free fall.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a show that I'm going to be doing every Sunday.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking cool, guys?
It's awesome.
I posted a video in our Facebook group a couple of weeks ago of me just like talking and saying hi. And I said something about how like, maybe you guys like this. I like seeing people who I listen to primarily like talk or see them talk, like see the words come out of their mouths or whatever. And you can see a little Willy do that every week now.
Yeah. So that's every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Hunt-A-Killer's Facebook page.
Yeah.
So that's like facebook.com/Hunt-A-Killer Inc. INC.
Yeah. And you don't have to be playing the Hunt-A-Killer game to enjoy watching Will's thing.
Yeah.
It might make you want to. I mean, it's not a commercial, but he talks about it a little bit and it makes you kind of like,
well, I'm doing the show for the company.
Right.
So I do talk about it. I try not to spoil anything really. But so I talk about the Hunt-A-Killer like mystery boxes and stuff. But I also am going to try to start incorporating probably more and more, frankly, having extra segments.
Yeah.
So this past Sunday, I talked about a grave that's in the parking lot of a movie theater here in Jersey.
Sweet.
And this Sunday, this upcoming Sunday's The Haunted Hunt show is going to have a very special segment featuring a very special someone.
A very special little girl.
Yeah, a little boy and little girl together again.
Yep.
Kristen and I just shot something for this Sunday's show. It's something that we, frankly, have been referring to for the past 6 months.
I know. I hope it becomes more of a thing so we can be less cryptic. Well, I guess we've done being cryptic now.
Yeah, we can just say it right now.
Yeah, totally.
Kristen and I developed a show for Hunt-A-Killer in December, in January, around that time, called Guilty Party.
Yeah.
It's an hour-long podcast about true crime where we pick a topic and we talk it through.
Totally. Video show, actually.
Yeah. It was going to be both. So we have a video version that you can watch on YouTube and an audio version that you can download just like you get this show. For a multitude of reasons, it did not end up happening, but we're bringing it back.
Yeah.
And so in this Sunday's episode of The Haunted Hunt, which is my live stream, we're going to have a mini version of Guilty Party for you guys to check out.
Isn't that a good name? Guilty Party?
It's a good name.
Yeah.
I feel like the show has a good vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited
It's this show, but just all about murder.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is this show,
exactly
but about murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys were not already planning to, please do check out this Sunday's episode of The Haunted Hunt on the Hunt-A-Killer Facebook page.
Totally.
So that you can watch me ramble about stuff and then catch a mini episode of Guilty Party with Kristen and me talking about, well, I don't even want to give it away. Well, they'll just see what we talk about. Okay. It involves a crazy person who killed a bunch of people.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, shocking. So check that out. That's this Sunday.
Yeah.
So there you go. Those are the notices at the top of the show.
Yeah, pretty cool, right, guys?
Yeah, there's like a lot of stuff going on. I just wanted to make sure that
absolutely
I didn't want to forget to say stuff this time. But
that's good.
Bam. So what have you been up to, Raj?
Oh, boy, I'm just swamped over here.
Are you?
Swamped. I mean, I'm pretty busy, but
Yeah.
As I was saying, as we started recording, Pretty Little Liars is happening right now.
Right.
While we're recording. You're not taking me away from it because I don't usually watch it the night that it airs.
Good.
But
okay.
That's really occupying a pretty decent slice of the pie chart of my mind.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's not like getting worse as it goes?
No. I would actually say that it would not be a totally bad idea. I think there'll probably be even more things than I'm thinking of right now off the top of my head that you would not be understanding. But like you could kind of start this season and like enjoy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They've kind of like wiped the slate clean a little bit.
And not exactly wiped it clean, but they brought in a new conceit for all the shit that's happening.
Okay.
That is kind of the framework of the show right now.
Is it a spoiler to just say what it is?
Probably not. There's a board game now that they received from A.
Oh my God, that's right. These girls are all stalked by.
Yeah.
Is it a killer? Or is it just a
sometimes
madman?
A killer. Sometimes
a killer?
Yeah.
Who just goes by the alias A, the letter A.
Well, there was A. Now this is AD. We're not sure exactly what that
Holy
means.
Fuck, it's like a spreadsheet.
Well,
it's like it went through.
Well, there's like
it's like it went A to Z, and then it went A, B, A, C, A, D.
Well, there's, so apparently there's kind of like an Uber A who's been pulling the strings on the previous A and everything. And I think AD is the Uber A. They refer to it as Uber A.
Does it feel as contrived as it sounds? Like in the show, does it feel natural or?
I mean, nothing about it feels natural. Like I feel like
nothing about it feels natural.
No, I'm just like along for the ride. It's like a soap opera or something.
Okay,
you know, no, it doesn't feel natural. But I don't care.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, that's fair.
Yeah. So AD, who's the current bad guy, sent a like magical board game to the liars that keeps prodding them. They each have to take a turn and it tells them what to do that has like consequences. And if they play the game, they get a reward. But if they don't, there's trouble.
It's like Jumanji.
Yeah, they've said that. They keep joking about it. Yeah.
They keep joking about it?
Well, okay, at least they keep joking about the board game.
4 times per episode.
They've mentioned
every 15 minutes they mention Jumanji.
They mentioned Jumanji. They call it like a fucked up Candyland. Or not fucked up, but whatever.
Farted up. They're on network TV, so yeah. Fart face Candyland.
They've been making references to it being like a board game. It's actually sometimes a pretty clever and funny show.
I believe it. Yeah. I believe it. How many seasons
delightful. Is it? This is season 7 and it ends in like 5 episodes.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, it's just, I think I've talked about this before. I love well, I love any mystery, obviously. We've talked about that. But I really enjoy kind of a lighthearted mystery in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sure, people die and everything on Pretty Little Liars, but it's also like, it's so over the top and soapy. It's just fun. Like, I don't feel bad ever watching it, really.
Yeah.
Even when they want me to feel bad, I'm like, oh, jeez, get on with it.
It seems like it's genuinely meant to just sort of be like, hey, like, yeah, we're just doing entertainment. Have you watched Scream Queens ever?
Yeah, I watched like half of the first episode or something.
I feel like that's the vibe they're like aggressively going for, where it's like people die, but it's just fun. But it's so like bubblegum annoying and loud. It's so loud.
I don't even remember.
Makes me feel like an old man where I just want to be like, keep it down. Like, I feel like every character is just so fucking screechy and annoying.
I just remember it was not my scene. I was like, this isn't it. It's trying to be too funny or something. I don't really know. It's just like the vibe like was not for me.
Yeah.
But Pretty Little Liars is exactly for me.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's been great.
I do want to know how it all shakes loose. So when the whole thing is done, you gotta spoil it for me.
Okay. So it's not done yet, but do you want to hear a theory that'll give you
is it just a theory? Because if there are people out there who do watch, I don't want to spoil it.
It is just a theory, but it's a very popular theory. Because the other thing about Pretty Little Liars that gets me sucked in is that they have this insanely rabid online fan base. So I think most shows are like this, but like there is so much theorizing about Pretty Little Liars that goes on online. Like I think I mentioned this to you at least once before. It was, maybe it still is, maybe it's not, like the most tweeted about show in history.
Oh, wow.
And it was one of the first shows that got like people really super, probably teenagers. It was like the sweet spot where they like, teens be loving social media.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the most social media talked about show ever or something like that. So people like theorize like crazy about it online. So in addition to just like any show, if you could like type in, like Lost Theory or whatever, there'd be things. If I put in PLL Theory on Instagram, which I really enjoy doing, they're like 13, 14-year-olds who've like made a meme and then they have like a long theory. And some of them are 13 or 14-year-old theories where it's like, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's so fun to read. I'm just like, I'm very into it.
Huh. All right. So
I listen to 2 different Pretty Little Liars podcasts.
Oh my God. Wow. So what is like the prevalent theory?
Okay. The prevalent theory is so bonkers. And I think it is true, and I am so looking forward to it.
Okay.
I am so looking forward to it. Okay. So spoilers-ish for Pretty Little Liars. It's just a theory, but I will be talking about what is currently going on Pretty Little Liars, going on Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah,
so if you're not up to date.
Minutes?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Okay. One of the liars is named Spencer. The prevalent theory right now for who the giant big bad is Spencer's twin. And
is it known that he has a twin?
Spencer's a girl, and no.
Okay.
However, we just found out that Spencer's mom is actually her adoptive mom. Her real mom is in a set of twins. And Spencer's mom adopted her. It was kind of like a back alley adoption kind of thing. Like there wasn't like a lot of like, well, I guess there's some official stuff drawn up, but like a guy like handed Spencer to the mom like in an alley. Okay. So what if there was another person born? And there are multiple things to support the theory, and it is so enjoyable.
So there might be a secret twin in the show?
Oh, yeah. That would be the second secret twin PS. Because Spencer's mom was a secret twin.
Jesus.
Like, you didn't know she existed. It's actually that, like, Allison, who was the one who was missing, who was all based on, she and Spencer now are cousins, I guess, because Allie's mom was killed. And then they were watching, the liar set up like a sting operation for A, basically.
Yeah.
And they're watching security footage and they're like, wait, no, this can't be. This doesn't make any sense because Allie's mom was on camera. But Allie's mom's been dead for years because it wasn't Allie's mom. It was her secret twin, Mary Drake.
Mary Drake?
Yep.
That is a great
Who turned out
name.
to be Spencer's mom. Spencer was a baby born in a madhouse.
Oh, wow. That's like fucking Freddy Krueger shit.
Yep.
Son of 100 maniacs.
She called herself a Dickensian foundling last episode.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, that's pretty wild. All right.
And so I really think you could beat Spencer's twin. And that's another thing where kind of like media plays into it a little bit because obviously in interviews and everything, they're, for years people have asked the cast members who A is.
Yeah.
And one of the cast members, like last year or the year before or something, said, they said like, you're gonna be really excited when you see, and they said it less clunky than this and less obvious than this, but it was still like, what? He was like, it's somebody you've seen before. Well, not exactly. You've kind of seen them before. That's a fucking twin, baby.
Yeah, that sounds like a twin.
Oh, I'm
That
getting
sounds-
hyped
sounds
talking
like a
about
twin.
So seriously, on Tuesdays, I'm like, Pretty Little Liars is on tonight. I never watch it that night, but I'm like, I know it's on tonight. I know I'm going to have to avoid Twitter because
Yeah.
I follow a bunch of Pretty Little Liars people.
Right.
I know that tomorrow night I'm going to watch it. I'm jonesing for my fix.
Hey,
So that's what's going on.
Can I share a fan theory with you that I read today?
Yeah, about what?
Arrested Development, which I have not cared about
Okay.
in so long, and then I read this fan theory today, and it actually made me excited if they do another season.
Okay.
So, spoiler alert for Arrested Development.
Yeah, sure.
No one gives a fuck about season 4, but
I know.
whatever. They kill Lucille 2 in season 4.
Remember how to
And Buster Bluth
Wait, how do
is
they
framed
kill-
for her murder. It's like we don't know.
Wow, I don't remember this.
That season ends on a cliffhanger of who killed Lucille 2.
Oh my God. I really don't
Yeah.
remember.
No, that's the correct response. No one gives a fuck about it. But somebody wrote this online. I saw this on Reddit today.
Yeah.
Somebody said that they know.
Were you on an Arrested Development subreddit today?
No, there's a subreddit called Fan Theories.
Okay.
And I really,
Ooh.
yeah.
You know, I don't go on Reddit that much, but you know what? There's enough on the internet that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty much,
But
yeah.
I like Reddit a lot. I don't go on it very often
Yeah.
though. I need a phone with more storage. I can't have these apps and everything. It stinks. Anyway.
So, it's set up that Buster Bluth, people believe that he killed Lucille too.
Yeah.
But evidently throughout the entire season, there are hints that a different person is responsible. Gene Parmesan,
Oh, that sounds great.
played by Martin Mull.
Yeah.
Now here's the theory, and I don't remember the events of season 4 at all, so I'm just going to trust what they said.
Yeah.
Evidently there's a scene that takes place in a knife shop, and right next door there's like a children's like Discovery Zone type thing.
Doesn't matter. You could say anything.
I know, it doesn't matter. It's
Does
like
not
Mad
ring a
Libs.
single bell. Anyway, go ahead.
Agreed. So one of the jokes is that like Gene Parmesan pops up in the knife shop, and it's people being like Gene Parmesan or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But he pops up in a knife shop, and people aren't really
Interesting.
being like, "Well, wait a minute, why was he there?"
Yeah.
And this is so fucking crazy. Gene Parmesan is played by Martin Mull.
Yeah.
Who was our mom's celebrity crush once.
Yes.
Like she worked in the same like
yeah, she,
radio
like-
station as him.
It was just our mom's crush who then happened to end up being a celebrity.
Oh, okay.
Not even
Well,
a
yeah,
celebrity
yeah,
crush.
yeah.
She just like worked with him.
Right. But so he,
And that I told people for years that they dated.
I
and was
know.
wrong.
I thought that too.
I know.
So Martin Mull also famously played another character, Colonel Mustard.
Oh
from
my
Clue.
God.
In Clue, I don't remember how it ends. There are like 5 endings in Clue.
I can't take any more scares.
Yes.
Yeah.
In one of the endings, and it may be the final ending, Colonel Mustard is the killer.
Well, in the final ending, they're all the killer.
Okay, in the final
Yeah,
ending,
yeah.
right. But frankly, when Clue was first released in theaters,
Yeah.
it had a random ending tacked
So
onto it
good.
depending on what theater you went to.
I know.
So for some people, he was just the killer.
Totally.
In Arrested Development season 4, there's a running gag about people living in the model homes, which have like no furnishings in them and no food.
Yeah.
So Job and Tobias start eating mustard and Parmesan mixed together.
That's amazing.
So mustard is Parmesan. He was in the knife shop and he killed Lucille too. That's the theory. And it's so dumb, but I fucking love it.
I do
And
too.
as I was reading it,
Yeah.
I should really give credit to the guy who wrote it because
Yeah.
it like gave me a chill down my spine where I was like, that's it. That's it.
That's amazing.
It was Gene Parmesan. They were eating mustard with Parmesan. Colonel Mustard and Gene Parmesan. I can't believe it. It blew my fucking mind.
That's amazing.
I'm straight up gonna try to look for it right now because I do want to give credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, how about that?
So good.
If that is, there are other theories about season 4 of Arrested Development because
Yeah.
Arrested Development.
When is the next season coming out?
I mean, rumors
Like, why are there-
abound.
So I'm surprised that there are so many theories being kicked up. Wait, there are La La Land theories? What
There's
the hell's
everything theories.
Weird.
So there's a guy named Zelinsky on Reddit who posted this theory. The connection between mustard and Parmesan could be the link to unmasking who was behind Lucille 2's disappearance by showing that Gene Parmesan is very similar to Colonel Mustard after all. Amazing.
You could also just point out they both have food names.
You could, but the fact that people are eating mustard and Parmesan.
1,000,000%. I've never thought of that before.
I never would have thought of that. So that's posted by Zelensky on the
Good job,
subreddit. Loved it. But there are other theories. Like, I guess there are a lot of references to people having one eye.
Yeah.
And they think that hints that, like, the actual Lucille, the mother of the family in Arrested Development, that she will lose one of her eyes and have an eye patch sometime in the future. Which is also awesome. They don't have to follow through on it.
Her winking is kind of an iconic gift.
Yes. Yeah, true. Yeah. So there's like always been a shitload of foreshadowing with like Buster losing his hand and
totally.
stuff. So it's totally in keeping.
It's completely plausible
with what they would do.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I do too.
So shouts out to you, Zelensky. You beautiful bastard.
Have you watched Veep at all this season?
I think I only watched the premiere.
Okay.
Yeah. I liked it.
Good.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty funny. I really like that show a lot.
I just feel so happy when I'm watching it.
I know,
it's great.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know what I've been watching a shitload of?
What?
And this is kind of weird, but whatever. I've been watching so many David Letterman clips.
Oh, okay.
So
I've gone through phases where I've like just did David Letterman on YouTube or David Letterman mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
On YouTube. That's always funny.
He was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I knew he was funny, but I just never really watched his show when he was around. And
that's
now,
another mommy connection. She was in the same waiting room with David Letterman at the acupuncturist because the acupuncturist set it up in my mom's favor.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, 6 Degrees from Kathy Rogers.
Yep. Name of this episode.
Ooh, that's a great name for this episode.
Yeah.
So I've been watching David Letterman clips. He had Bill O'Reilly on.
Ooh, how was it? Like when?
I mean, years ago.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a show in a long time.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead. I'll ask my questions after.
So pretty much immediately, David Letterman in this interview goes like, "So, Bill," just
oh my
looking
God,
at him.
I'm already into it.
Oh, it's so good. And he goes, "Now I've always thought of you as a goon." And he like immediately launches in to just like tearing him apart. And he starts being like, and I think to myself, this guy's too smart to believe the things he says. He just is like, he was a wolf.
What's Papa Bear doing?
He seemed like he was taking it in good nature. And Bill O'Reilly continually tries to, like, there were several interviews and they're all great.
Yeah.
But continually he'll like turn to the audience and he'll be like, "Oh, we're actually really good friends off the show." And people laugh at the things Bill O'Reilly says because unfortunately Bill O'Reilly is decent at controlling a room.
Yeah.
But
I think We'll Do It Live taught us that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hey, I'm not saying that he's a good person.
No, I know.
But he
can certainly take command of a room.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all of his interviews with David Letterman were very charged and
that sounds
very
great.
cool.
Yeah.
I love that he launched it. I love that he said goon. It's such a David Letterman word.
Totally.
I always thought that you were a goon.
So
I think it's
good.
goon. I think it's goon.
Yeah.
But it was either goon or like bozo or something. You know,
that's
like
also a good
some
one.
old word.
That's like when we were just doing Guilty Party before, the person that we were talking about, in one of the quotes, somebody was like, "Yeah, those hot dogs over the Federal Bureau of Investigation."
Yeah.
That's a really good one too.
People, hot dogs, just trying to make a name for themselves. So I watched that a bunch. I watched a lot of Norm Macdonald. They're actually like just
his show that's like on, or you're just like looking up Norm Macdonald clips?
Norm Macdonald on David Letterman clips.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
There are compilations that are just called like Norm making David Letterman laugh part 1. And it's like 20 minutes long. So I just had it in the background.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's literally cutting from like interview to interview. There's never a full interview.
Yeah.
This is not a decision that I would have made putting together the video, but
Yeah.
it's fine because like Norm Macdonald will just like say fucking weird shit and David Letterman will laugh.
Totally.
And then David Letterman says something to Norm. He's like, "Yeah, you're no Quizman," or something like that. And Norm goes, "Yeah, I don't know that word." And he's like, "Maybe we can get a dictionary at the break." It's so fucking funny. And then Norm's final appearance on David Letterman, which was just shortly before David Letterman's show ended.
Yeah.
And they all knew it was ending.
Yeah.
Norm comes out and he does stand up, and it's fucking brilliant because I find Norm Macdonald to be brilliant.
You just remind me that I really want to read his book.
His book is fantastic.
Maybe we should read it for the show sometime.
Yeah, okay. I would do that.
Okay.
It would be a fun experimental thing to try to talk about. It's very out there.
You've told me about it. I remember that it was really weird. So that's why I was saying it might be interesting. Yeah.
I loved it. I could not put it down when I read it. Yeah. So he's telling jokes and shit, and they're fucking great. And then he I'm just laughing because I was thinking of one of the jokes, but he turns to David Letterman and he starts saying like, I know that you have no love for people who are sentimental. But I just want to say like, thank you. And I love you. And I'm going to miss you. Norm Macdonald got his start on TV on David Letterman.
Oh, cool.
That was his first television appearance. And David Letterman didn't even know that.
Yeah.
When they were like wrapping the whole thing up. But Norm Macdonald, who like, if anybody has any like passing familiarity with him, he is so out there, like absurdist.
Yeah.
That, like, I feel like you would anticipate that he would not be somebody who would get emotional frequently. And I don't think that he is.
Well, that's what makes things make more of an impact. When people like that get emotional, that really gets me.
He was like, yeah, he actually like started like kind of tearing up.
Oh boy.
Saying goodbye to David Letterman, who was like one of his idols. It was fantastic. Yeah. It was really great.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Old David Letterman clips. They're amazing.
I love him. Remember how, well, I think you were too. I used to just read the top 10 book that mom had like over and over.
I don't remember.
Oh, really? I guess it was just me then. Yeah, she had a book of like David Letterman top 10 list. That was like my favorite book.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He was like a fucking
and a book
genius.
That, I don't remember if it was that his mom wrote it or it was like it was a book about David Letterman and his mom.
Oh, really?
And I also really liked that. Yeah.
I think his mom just died recently.
Oh, really?
Just in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Which is so weird because it's like he's like fucking 70.
I know.
Like, what a weird world
I know.
it is.
Where it's totally.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Speaking of compilation videos and people putting together like weird things, or you're saying like, so I know I talked about him on the show once before. I'm not obsessed with him. I just want to make clear. But I looked up the Harry Styles video for Sign of the Times. I'm seriously not. I just really like that song.
Okay.
And then I wanted to see if there was a music video, and there was. And then all the related videos were like all compilation. I didn't watch them, but just like all compilation videos where it was like Harry's most romantic moments, Harry's funniest moments, all of Harry's best vocals. And I was like, are these all just compilations of different like talk shows that he was on and stuff like that? Like, it was just weird.
Yeah, I mean, people with rabid fan bases, they'll just kind of do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a mega mix of like Harry Styles being like, aw, or whatever, you know.
Tussling his own hair.
Yeah. His hair's insane. It looks like as he's grown up, he's made his... Love that tussle. It seems like he has controlled his hair a little bit more as he's gotten older. His hair isn't as bonkers in the actual music video. Really? Or even on SNL. Yeah, no, I think when he was younger is when his hair is like completely insane.
What's his name? Harry Styles?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that's crazy about him is his Harry style? What the fuck is going on with that? Has anyone said that yet? Am I too late? You just said his hair's not crazy anymore, so maybe it's way too late, but...
I feel like it has to be too late, but I've never thought of that before, and it has to be. It has to be.
Something...
Let's see. How would I find this?
Something about his Harry style.
All right, let's see. There has to be. You're right, because his hair is his whole deal.
The fuck?
Well, I don't know if it's whole... I really don't know too much about him. Harry Styles. And I'm putting it as like, hair.
Harry Styles, Harry style.
Oh, it just autocorrects to like actual Harry Styles.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to find it.
But somebody has to have made that joke. It's right there.
It's so weird.
So good.
The fuck?
Harry Styles hairstyle. Okay, I'll put Harry Styles hairstyle, just regular, and see if anybody's like, Harry Styles, blah, blah, blah.
You're going to get a bunch of teenagers being like, how do I get Harry Styles' hairstyle?
Yeah, this isn't helpful.
My mom won't let me have it. Says I'll get mobbed by girls.
How long has this guy been famous? He looks tiny in some of these pictures.
People are fucking young.
Yeah, but I mean, he looks younger than he looks now. I guess he's been famous for like a really long time. Maybe in Britain I don't know. Maybe. I didn't have a whole lot of awareness of One Direction or anything.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I think that they're like a super. Like I think that they were like put together, right?
Probably. Aren't most boy bands put together?
Yeah, but
How fucking frequently, or is it just like five dudes putting together a boy band in the garage? Is that something that happens? Does that happen at all? Has that ever happened?
It just seems like I don't know. I think New Kids were New Kids on the Block just friends? I think they might have been. Holding hands. I have my hand out. Will put his hand in it by accident.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either. But boy bands seem like such a, as I'm saying this out loud, like, of course they were.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine like 5 guys dancing in a garage and then one guy in the corner with a keyboard looking over his shoulder at them as he's playing a song? Like, what the fuck would that be? 'Cause it's not real music. It's not like fucking like live instruments or anything. Fucking strange.
That's definitely been a thing. I know there's some boy band where it's like organic. That's another thing. There's no way I could look that up.
I'll tell you what.
But like boy bands seem like such a thing of the past that the idea that there was a band that was popular in the last couple of years that was like put together by like a fucking, what's that scary guy who's the bad guy? Ron Perlman. No, wait, no, that's not right. Lou Pearlman. Lou Pearlman is who put together the Backstreet Boys and maybe NSYNC.
He was a scary bad guy?
Yeah, I think he molested somebody.
Oh.
I believe. And also like, I think he went to jail for like tax evasion or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, like not a good dude.
Okay.
I think he's dead. Putting out a lot of things about this guy. I don't know if they're true.
I'm glad he's dead.
I'm glad he's dead. That's the second Batman Joker quote.
Yep.
Probably like the 8th we've done today. But yeah, it just seems so dated that it's hard for me to imagine that like that would happen now. But you're right. Like, yeah, One Direction didn't come together. I think they were on like the British X Factor or something, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I will say this.
I feel like I know that because it was like one of the clips. Like maybe it was like Harry Styles like X Factor clips or something. I don't remember.
Right. So
it's a good song. Just to validate me, just like listen to this song tonight. It's a good song. It's a good song. All right. Anyway. Okay.
So, I'm a big listener of the podcast Tell 'em Steve Dave and, Brian Quinn from Impractical Jokers.
Okay. Lou Pearlman is dead real quick.
Okay.
And it says he was an American producer and fraudster.
Well, wow, that's not a cool nickname. You don't want that on your resume.
Ew.
What?
This is on his Wikipedia. Other names: Big Papa and Incognito Johnson.
What?
Yikes.
That's not a good name to go incognito with.
Nope.
Pay more attention to you.
Ew.
What?
Wikipedia is so weird. I mean, I know everybody can, edit this or whatever, but you know the categories on Wikipedia that you can click on?
Yeah.
So, it's like general early life and then suspicions of insurance fraud and pump and dump.
Ew.
Like
maybe that doesn't mean what we think.
That's like the heading. No, it has to. Let me see.
I don't like that.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Thank God that's not what that means. Why would that mean that? What is it, Chris?
Something about stocks. It says something about a stock which had once been pumped up to $6 a share, dropped to a price of 3 cents a share. So I guess I don't know.
Thank God that's not what that
But
meant.
no, there was some sort. But I thought that because there definitely was some sort of like accusation thing against it. I know.
Jesus Christ. Pump and dump. Wow, thanks a lot, Wikipedia.
That's like when I didn't know that Fannie Mae was like a company, and I thought Sarah Palin was just using that as like a name of like American Joe or whatever.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, when Fannie Mae goes under, and I was like, oh, way would be relatable, Sarah Palin.
Why don't you pick a better one that doesn't make you sound like a weirdo?
I just didn't know.
And then you find out that Fannie Mae is a thing.
I was embarrassed. I said it's like a bunch of people.
Still don't know what it is, but it was a thing.
It's a thing.
It was a thing. Yeah. So on Tell 'em Steve Dave, Brian Quinn is really good friends with Joey Fatone from NSYNC.
Yep.
And they had Joey Fatone on one of the episodes recently, and he was talking about how NSYNC came together. And now it's like a crazy long story that's just like unlikely and shit. And it literally was. I should have said it earlier because it didn't occur to me. I think it was like Justin Timberlake called Joey Fatone once and was like, "Hey, I'm putting together a crew. You in?" So
wait, so they weren't boy band?
I think they were a garage band. I mean, I think they also were because they were then hooked up with whatever that gross man that you just talked about.
He was a sexual predator. Yes,
he was.
Yes, he inappropriately touched the NSYNC boys.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lance Bass says.
Okay. Well, yeah, they were put in touch with him, and
so that's why I thought pump and dump. I'm not just gross, and I'm not a dork.
Well, but it is also gross.
Yeah, but me thinking it makes me seem like a dork who sees sexual things everywhere.
I know, but that would be like if Wikipedia were like structured by like a hardened detective. Like,
but you can go in and change it.
Get him on 10 counts of pump and dump.
But anybody can change it. So what if some detective who hated Lou Pearlman went in there?
Fucking horrifying.
Did that? I know.
Yeah, but the way that Joey Fatone made it sound, it did kind of sound like it's just like I'm putting together a band. Want to come over and sing in my basement? So
Cool.
maybe it does work that way. Which one of them
Maybe
would have
Chris
been?
Kirkpatrick was on the keyboards, peeking through his dreads back at everybody
he's
else.
exactly who would have been playing the keyboard while they dance and sing. Jesus, that is such a funny
He has to
image.
take his hands off the keyboards every once in a while to adjust his goggles
It's such a funny image. Looking over his shoulder
and singing.
and singing while they're dancing around in a garage. The doors open and they're like people walking their dogs, just like confused at what they're seeing. Slowly a crowd forms,
Totally.
and then it takes off from there.
You're seeing a legend being born.
like fucking Steve Jobs starting Apple in his garage. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where the magic happens.
God damn it. That's so fucking funny.
God.
It's so stupid. All right.
All right. That's great.
Yeah, that was great. I had a great time.
Had a great
That
time.
was
Thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you, William.
Oh, thank you, Kristen. Thank you guys out there. I hope that you enjoyed this show.
Yep.
If you did, tell some friends, leave a review. You know the jam.
Please.
Check us out on Sunday
Yes, please.
on The Haunted Hunt on the Hunt a Killer Facebook page, 9 p.m. live.
Sharp.
Hopefully. If you miss it, it'll be archived somewhere for you to watch. But yeah, I'm very excited about that.
But it'd be nice if you watched it, because the more people who watch it,
Yes.
the more things they'll want us to do.
Yes, and hey, maybe if you make some comments to people about how much you enjoyed the Guilty Party segment,
That'd be really great. And I
maybe
could do it
we'd
more.
be really happy about that, and maybe people would start to look at that Guilty Party segment and think,
Maybe this could be its own thing.
hey,
And that'd be really great.
that'd be very great.
Yeah, please.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening.
Yep, thank you.
We'll see you next week for the secret history of Twin Peaks.
Yes.
I will definitely have notes for the first time in a long time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if I will, just because I would have to retroactively make. Well, no, I'll have notes. It'll be fine. Because I just remembered that I listened to the audiobook, but I'm going to look through the book too, so it'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mhm.
We'll see you guys then.
Yeah.
But until then, hey, see you all over the internet.
Yep.
And,
Did you forget the thing?
yeah, I'm really tired. Good talk, gang!
Meeting adjourned. Could they hear that?
No, but I wish they could.
Oh, God.
I can leave that part in.
Yeah.
You guys will understand that audio test at the end of the show. Why we're saying Popo She Show. So,
I don't know if they will. I don't know why we said
maybe
Popo
I should
She
just
Show.
cut it. We were just saying random shit.
Yeah.
I'll just cut that and
Okay.
they'll hear Popo She Show later.
Save the best for last.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, She Show.
Popo She Show. All right. Audio testing. Wow. Yeah. I feel like.
Bam, bam.
I wonder how long I've had this mixer. I feel like it's maybe getting a little finicky.
Really?
I think so. Not crazy, but like some of the dials for my line of audio inputs are a little rickety, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to take a screenshot of that and send it to me so I can post it and be like, doing something.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Boy, I know you don't. Okay, you don't like hot fruit.
Oh, yeah, no.
You don't like fruit that's already been sliced up.
No.
If you had to eat one warm pre-sliced fruit, what would it be?
Ew.
You have to. There's like a gun to your head, and there's a table with a full spread. Every fruit you can imagine: apples, pears, durian.
What the fuck is that?
Isn't a durian? It's like a tropical. It's almost like a mango, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I collect them in the Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. They give you bonus hearts.
I guess some sort of berry is permissible in like a pie, I guess.
Berry pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute. So you don't really do pie?
No.
What is the difference between fruit and vegetables for you, though? Because like sweet.
I know. I don't know.
Pumpkin pie is sweet.
Yeah. No, I love pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
No, it's not the sweetness. It's the
And it's
fruits-
mushy.
But they're meant to be mushy. Like that's not too big a deal to me. Like pumpkin is just mushy.
So like other mushy fruit goes against God.
Yeah. Like an apple is supposed to be crisp. Not mushy.
All right.
Like in its purest form, an apple is crunchy. To make that mushy and then to eat that, That is so disgusting. I know. I really didn't realize how many food quirks I had until like Ryan started.
I mean, everyone has food
No, I know.
quirks, right?
Yeah. He thinks it's really funny how much I love bread.
Bread is great.
It's my favorite.
It's too good.
He just, I don't know why it makes him laugh.
There
like,
was
anything I get, like I'll just get really excited about something. He's like, God, you love bread. I'm like, I love bread.
Fuck yeah, who doesn't love bread?
I know.
There was like a complimentary breakfast thing at my office this morning, and it was
Of bread?
It was only bread, to the point that I was even like, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus
You want to
Christ.
throw a little protein in
It
here?
was a little weird. It was
Yeah.
like all bagels and muffins and donuts.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I like something else in there because otherwise I don't really feel good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just something. I mean, I still want to eat a lot of bread, but like something else.
Yeah. Put something. I just got to put something on top of the bread. That's it.
Yeah. If you wouldn't mind.
Hey guys, do you like Talk Bomb? We could really use your support. Please go to patreon.com/talkbomb where you can donate to us monthly. In doing so, you will get for yourself a bunch of bonus shows just as a thank you.
You can also find us on all social media accounts under the username TalkBomb. So that's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Following us online is a great way for you to stay up to date on what we're working on for TalkBomb.
One of the best things you can do for our network is to review this show on iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever platform you listen to us on. Positive reviews help us grow and help new listeners find us.
But more than anything, thank you for listening to the show. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you at talkbomb.com.